What's up, y'all? It's your boy JTMM, aka JustTenMoreMinutes, aka the Freaking 10, back again on this Free for All Friday, kicking it off with a song that I've seen listed as both the Resistance and Indigenous Resistance. So according to what I've seen on albums, it's referred to as the Resistance, but on the video it's Indigenous Resistance. So you know, I don't know anything about these other than, you know, it's a rap, and obviously Native Americans is kind of the topic covered. But other than that, I know nothing about them, their music, anything. But that's what Free for All Friday is all about. It's discovering something new, seeing what's out there, seeing what we can learn. You know, we can all learn something every day. So with that being said, there's only one thing left to do. Let's switch it up. Let's take a listen.
Yesterday, North Dakota looked more like a war zone than the site of a protest over the construction of a pipeline.
Trying to find the way. To my natives trying to find the way. To my natives trying to find the way. To my natives trying to find the way. But instead they getting pepper sprayed. Locked up behind these bars, $100,000 bonds. Tell me, how do we respond? We stand strong and we carry on. I stand tall and I salute you all. But when you can't afford freedom, what the hell you fighting for? We're fighting for this water, so I guess my life's the price of war. Are they gangsters or military? Crooked cops with choppers ready to pop, pop. Dirty Harry, cause our buried ancestors are being fucked with. Tell me who to trust when they digging up a cemetery. That's just how they treat Indigenous, breaking laws and treaties, and they spin it like they innocent. If we the same species, why the hell we treated different? Why'd you all turn your backs on our murdered and our missing? On the highway of tears, Mother Earth is weeping. I'm a man trying to understand the cries of a woman. Man, they're both life givers, they can't be resurrected. We gotta put it on a man because a man are the protectors. And we flip the flag around. I am proud of my country, you can burn it to the ground. Here's a nation in distress, but it's hard to pretend like we ain't used to this yet. Talk to 'em.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop it there. It's a lot to cover. So I'm assuming this is about a pipeline and it being native territory. These are always tricky, right? Because the whole thing about land and who owns it and all of that, you know, seen plenty of times where the government just comes in and says, oh, we want to use it for this, and then they just take it, right? The city does that all the time. We've seen it with highways. We've seen it with toll roads over here, where it's just like, oh, we're going to buy this from you, you know, or we're going to force you out. And it's crap. It really is, in my opinion. So I would imagine this is no different. And it looks like this got a little bit more violent. But the lyrics themselves are, I love the rhyme scheme. The beat is sick. Got a great beat to it, but the lyrics are really, really good. To the natives trying to find a way, but instead they're getting pepper sprayed. Lock up behind these bars, $100,000 bonds. Tell me, how do we respond? We stand strong and we carry on. I stand tall and I salute you all. But when you can't afford freedom, what the hell are you fighting for? We're fighting for this water, so I guess my life's the price of war. Are they gangster or military? Crooked cops with choppers ready to pop Dirty Harry. Cause our buried ancestors being fucked with. Tell me who you trust when they're digging up cemeteries. That's just how they treat Indigenous. Breaking the laws and treaties, they spin it like they're innocent. If we the same species, then why we treated different? Why'd you all turn your backs on our murdered and our missing? On the highway of tears, Mother Earth is weeping. I'm a man trying to understand the cries of a woman. Man, they both life givers that can't be resurrected. We gotta put it on our men because the men are the protectors. And we flip this flag around. I ain't proud of my country. You can burn it to the ground. Here's a nation in distress, but it's hard to pretend like we ain't used to this yet. You know, these are raw emotions, right? And anytime you kind of put them in this type of format, it adds a little bit of power and emotion to them, and you can hear it. Obviously, the visuals, right? Yeah. I mean, as far as music goes, I like it. I mean, the flow is good. Obviously, it makes it sound a lot better than I do. The beat is not overly complicated, right? It's a very straightforward beat, and they're just kind of following the flow. So musically and lyric-wise, I like it. Let's see where it goes.
Get a real warrior, stand up. While the feds call for backup.
A woman took the lead, can the real man up? My people come in peace, don't shoot, I got my hands up.
Pure indigenous resistance. This is how to fight the system.
Put the patience and persistence in the world as a witness in a fist to the sky for the indigenous resistance.
I heard the pain in the war cry, speaking tongue to the moon. Yeah, shoot or get you die. Breastplate covers up a broken heart from the very same folks who said they got her from the start. She don't trust nobody. Memories of priests throwing babies in the oven. Shower with the nuns before she had to cook them supper. Taking all her clothes off, cut the braids off her. Systematic with the madness. Gives them false sense of status. But that don't mean shit, cause when your ass die, what you gonna leave with? Let my spirit fly. Brave like the Iroquois, deep like the Plains Creek. Nope, we ain't fearing none. Put your little red fist up. Tell the man you ain't fucking with a sister. Can a real warrior stand up? While the feds call for backup.
A woman took the lead, can the real man up? My people come in peace, don't shoot, I got my hands up.
Pure indigenous resistance. This is how to fight the system.
Put the patience and persistence in the world as a witness in a fist to the sky for the indigenous resistance.
So, the chorus, I really like the beat and I love it. Again, it's not overly complicated, right? It's not really going after a hook. It's not going after just being a catchy hit. It's going for the message. Can the real warriors stand up while the feds call for backup? Our woman took the lead. Can the real man up? Our people come in peace. Don't shoot, I got my hands up. Pure indigenous resistance. This is how to fight the systems with the patience and persistence and the world as our witness, and the fist to the sky for the indigenous resistance. Beautiful chorus. I heard a pain in the war cry, speaking tongue to the moon, Yatro, and I can't pronounce it, Ogacha Da. Breastplate covers up a broken heart from the very same folks who said they'd have got it from the start. She don't trust nobody, memories of priests, throwing babies in the oven, showering with the nuns before she had to cook 'em supper. Taking all her clothes off, cut the braids off of her. Systematic with the madness, giving 'em false sense of status. But that don't mean shit, cause when your ass die, what you gonna leave with? Let my spirit fly like the brave like the Iroquois. Deep like the Plains Cree, nope, we ain't fearing none. Put your little red fists up, tell the man you ain't fucking with our sisters. And then it goes back into the chorus. Can the real warrior stand up while the feds call for backup? Our woman took the lead, can the real man up? Our people come in peace, don't shoot, I got my hands up. Pure indigenous resistance. This is how we fight the system. With the patience and persistence and the world as our witness. I really like that line. This is how to fight the system. With the patience and persistence as the world as our witness. That's a cool line. And a fist to the sky for the indigenous resistance. All right, let's let it finish up on this. Looks like we've got a very long third verse. Let's keep it going.
Take a look at how the cards were dealt. Can't nobody feel the pain we felt. I hope that history don't repeat itself. Generations that were taught to hate themselves. Give us the land that you don't want, that happen to ring a bell. The way we standing up, we gotta bite nails. Our land is sacred, but the buyers are making sales. So they're like, wait, let's take it back so we can increase our wealth. Who's the real Indian giver? History books are bullshit. It's like y'all taught us Thanksgiving dinner. I beg to differ. They called us savages when they're the real killers. And gave us liquor to kill us quick. As far as I remember, that residential fuck the mental. That shit'll haunt you while they fuck their sons, fuck their daughters, fuck their land, fuck the waters. Understand we never faltered as they tried to kill a culture. They be so quick to leave us like Ted Mosby at the altar. And say get over it. Like it's irrelevant, we never die, we multiply. And this our revenant. What up? We've been oppressed since the day before for fucking ever. Huh? So why the hell you think we stand together? Peaceful protector shot and thrown in jail is what I'm seeing by disrespectful and neglectful human beings. So it's us against the world now. I'm dead serious, cause the only time they rooted for the Indians was the World Series.
Can a real warrior stand up? While the feds call for backup.
A woman took the lead, can the real man up? My people come in peace, don't shoot, I got my hands up.
Pure indigenous resistance. This is how to fight the system.
Put the patience and persistence in the world as I witness in a fist to the sky for the indigenous resistance.
Okay. A lot to cover with this one. Because that third verse was insane. Take a look at how the cards were dealt, because nobody felt the pain we felt. I hope that history don't repeat itself. Generations that were taught to hate themselves. I love the rhyme scheme there, right? Dealt, felt, itself, themselves, right? And you can kind of, depending on how you pronounce it, you can kind of get all those. Give us the land that you don't want. This happened to ring a bell. The way we stand up, we got them biting nails. Our land is sacred, but they're biased to making sales. So they're like, wait, let's take it back so we can increase our wealth. Who's the real Indian giver? History books are bullshitters. Like y'all taught us Thanksgiving dinner, I beg to differ. They called us savages when they're the real killers and gave us liquor to kill us quicker as far as I remember. The residential fucked up our mental. That shit'll haunt ya. While they effed our sons, effed our daughters, effed our land, effed our waters. That one is an insane line as well. Understand we never faltered as they try to kill a culture, then be so quick to leave us like Ted Mosby at the altar and say, get over it, like it's irrelevant. We never die, we multiply, and this is our revenant. What up? We've been oppressed since the day before frickin' ever. Huh? So why the hell you think we stand together? Peaceful protesters shot and thrown in jail is what I'm seeing by disrespectful and neglectful human beings. So it's us against the world now. I'm dead serious. Because the only time they rooted for the Indians was the World Series. Ouch. And then they repeat the chorus. Can the real warrior stand up while the feds call for backup? Our women took the lead. Can the real man up? Our people come in peace. Don't shoot. I got my hands up. Pure indigenous resistance. This is how to fight the system with the patience and persistence in the world as their witness, and a fist to the sky for the indigenous resistance. So I'm assuming it's a pipeline. I'd have to go look and see what caused it, you know, and it's stuff like this on the news that just gets my blood boiling, because all anybody in this freaking country wants to do is wake up to a better tomorrow. Right? It doesn't matter race, gender, orientation, anything. All anybody wants to do is wake up to a better tomorrow. And people should be able to wake up to a better tomorrow. And to see stuff like this where, you know, people are mistreated and falsely accused. And I'm sure there's fault on both parties as far as aggression. Let's face it, right? People always take it to extremes on both sides, on the law side and on the civilian side. There's extremists everywhere, and nobody can escape that. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. But to see these kinds of things over basic human rights of land, whether it was land that was promised to them or things like that, and I don't know the details, but you know, it irritates me. For the music itself, there's some killer lines in here, you know, and killer progressions and the way, you know, that they did it. And it was kind of that they called us savages when they were the real killers and gave us liquor to kill us quicker, as far as I remember. you know, the way that they did that line was awesome. I really liked that, just that flow, right? And it was just, understand we never faltered as they tried to kill a culture. And we heard Shirayama, right? The Bushido and the samurai, right? The westernization going in and taking out the old ways. History repeating itself. I don't get it. I really don't. Sorry. So, let me switch it back. I'll give you my final thoughts. When I get a song like this that's based off of real events, or something that was covered in the news like this, you know, and it's dealing with just flat out mistreatment, you know, and there's two sides to every story, don't get me wrong. But when you see these visualizations and you see the things and you relate it back to, you know, obviously I just watched Shirayama and the end of a culture, right? That's 60-1 end of a culture. And that's kind of what I view this here is, you know, as it says, understand we never faltered as they tried to kill a culture. History repeats itself when you don't learn from it. I like it. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to hearing more from them. Great flow, great beat. Nothing was overcomplicated. You know, when you do a song about events like this, you don't want to overproduce it. You don't want to make it more about the track and the music than you do necessarily about the story that you're wanting to tell. And they do exactly that. The beat is not overly complicated. It's right in the background where it should be, and their voices are right in the forefront telling the story. And even in the chorus, it's not like they overproduced the chorus, you know, with some big vocal harmonizations. You know, they changed kind of the background melody to it, and then went right into it, and then back into the beats. Very well done. Very, very well done. Yeah, I'd get behind this. So, with that being said, what a way to kick off the Free For All Friday. I like this one. I mean, it's a tragic tale. But as far as songs go, that one just it's got a good flow, and it's got a good beat, and it's got a good message. Let me give the shameless plugins. So, if you liked the video, leave me a comment, hit that like button. If you like the content I'm putting out, hit that subscribe button. It lets me know that content creator, I'm putting out content that you value. I release every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, with Monday and Wednesday focusing on bands like Nightwish, Ginger, and Sabaton with a bonus video. And then on Fridays, it is Free For All Friday. I have a queue of requests that I go through. I pick random songs, and I cover them. So I try to knock those out as many as I can on Friday. And I discover new bands all the time. Altered Bridge, Tardigrade Inferno, Snotty Nose Res Kids. You know, and I'm enjoying the Free For All Friday tremendously because it's just different band. And I love the Ginger and the Nightwish and the Sabaton. Those always have a special place for me. But when you look at how does the channel go, it's discovering these new bands that kind of go in and eventually, you know, will move and kind of will dive down the rabbit hole of a band. So keep those requests coming. I take the Free For All Fridays very importantly because those are what's are discovering kind of those next staples of the channel that I truly enjoy diving down. So with that being said, my friends, have a great weekend. Always remember, if someone asks you to stop what you're doing, don't ask for 1, don't ask for 2, and certainly don't ask for 5. Someone asks you to stop what you're doing, always ask for just 10 more minutes. I'm JTMM. I'm out.